That is true. There's an email and a Twitter.
I know.
I do want to say...
We're high-tech.
I want to point out that you said BBR radio, which would be Bad Boy Radio.
Nice.
It's like saying ATM machine.
That's true. I don't give too much thought into my teases or the name of the show. I just say we're on the air.
We are.
That's all that really matters.
Who cares about the name?
Yeah. It's my show. It's our show. It's your show. It's all of our shows. That's all that really matters. It's entertainment. Yeah, so irresponsible asshole kids. It's kind of a theme, I guess. So yeah, there was a 12-year-old. He got shot. Where was this? In Ohio, Indiana?
Cleveland.
It was in Cleveland. Yeah, so charges. They weren't, the prosecutor ran away from that. I guess you can just kill black people.
Well, okay.
Especially if you're a cop. If you're a cop, you can just kill black people. It doesn't really matter.
It does matter. Prosecutors say that the police officer who killed 12-year-old Tamir Rice outside a Cleveland recreation center last year won't face criminal charges. Neither will the other officer who was with him. An Ohio grand jury decided not to indict the officers. Quote, given this perfect storm of human error, mistakes, and communications by all involved that day, the evidence did not indicate criminal conduct by police, prosecutor Tim McGinty said. So an officer in training was actually the one who shot him.
It's always a cop in training, it seems like. It's never like the 15-year veteran who knows better. It's always the dumbass, like, rookie.
It was likely that Tamir, that's the kid,
yeah,
whose size made him look much older and who had been...
What was he, 5'2"?
I honestly don't know.
How old is it? Like, how intimidating is a 12-year-old? I mean, I've seen some big 12-year-olds, but not to the point of, like, holy crap, he's going to run us over. He's huge. He could play for the Browns.
It's likely that Tamir, whose size made him look much older...
Well, and the Browns do suck, so he probably could have played for the Browns.
Could have. Who had been
That's a
warned...
shame. They probably could have used him, too.
He'd been warned his pellet gun might get him into trouble that day.
By the way, the Browns really suck.
Either intended to hand it over to the officers or show them it wasn't a real gun, but there was no way for the officers to know that because they saw the events rapidly unfolding in front of them from a different perspective. This is the plight that cops go through in this situation.
Yeah, and look, it's a tough job being a cop.
It's
because it's
the toughest.
Here's the thing that people don't understand is they just see the aftermath and they say, how could you go and shoot somebody? Until you walk in someone else's shoes, you don't know how you're going to react. And the hardest thing you can do is make a judgment call. Mm-hmm. It's not like, listen, we can try to put as many rules as we want on cops, but until you're in the situation and you're dealing with life and death, a lot of times rules go out the window. It's about training your instincts.
Yeah, and when your instincts are being trained to react to danger.
Yeah.
Danger where you have to change your automatic emotions, your automatic reaction, your fight or flight to, it's not only fight, but it's let's assess this.
Yeah.
Let's break this down real quick.
Yep.
And figure out what's about to happen here.
Yeah.
How do I stay safe? How does this person that I'm looking at stay safe?
How do we make a bad situation the best case scenario?
Correct.
And that's not going to happen in 90% of the situations. There's too many variables going on. And when I'm saying that, and I'm saying that you're not going to get the best situation, like where everybody gets to go home safe, 90% of the time, because there's always something that's going to go wrong. Someone's going to get roughed up. Someone's feelings are going to get hurt. Someone's going to go to jail. And then the media is going to get involved. People are going to be second guessing. You're rarely going to have the situation where everybody gets to just go home.
Well, if someone has a gun or fake
that's what
gun,
I mean in that kind of situation.
Sure. You know, there are much less dicey situations that end up just fine. But if someone's walking around with a fake gun,
yeah, and what's the rule? What's the rule when it comes to like fake guns? Supposed to have like a colored tip to them.
It's an orange cap.
Yeah,
and even
with that, I mean, and you still see the gun.
It's tough. There's a BB gun at my house.
Yeah,
that my dad got for raccoons, And the orange tip on that is so small.
Yeah.
You can't even tell.
Right.
You can't even tell it's not a real.
Because, I mean, let's be honest. If you're pointing a gun at somebody, do you think that they're immediately looking for the orange tip, or the fact that they're looking at the gun pointed at them?
They're seeing a gun. They're seeing their life.
Yeah.
Flash.
I think you need to do a little bit more than just have an orange tip on a gun.
Right. And then, well, you got kids, you could spray paint a fake gun.
That's
if you
true.
Just make them all orange or something like that.
Yep.
You can, get a disassembled real gun and walk around with that, trying to look tough. Now you got a gun in your waistband. Someone sees that, you're getting tackled and your ass kicked. And worst case scenario, you're getting shot by someone else. Maybe a cop, maybe someone else who has a real gun.
Right.
So,
hey, a lot of states are now arming people because of, people aren't feeling safe, so everyone's buying a gun.
Right. Well, that's a whole other.
I know. That's something that's for another day.
Are Muslims coming to kill us all?
Yes.
I don't know, but
the answer to that is yes.
Maybe it won't happen tomorrow, but probably.
Probably, likely, maybe, yes.
Yeah, maybe next month when they're not so busy with the holidays.
There's a 10 in 1 chance that yes, and I know what I just said.
But like in this case, I think the prosecutor had it right. It's the kid was probably
we saw the video. He's walking around pointing the gun. He's not like.
Well, let me say this. You can tell when somebody's a perp, when somebody's up to no good, when they're literally loitering and pacing back and forth in the same area.
Yeah.
It's one camera that got him the whole time.
Yep.
And that's really the one thing that stood out.
He's just swinging it around and he's actually like pointing it the way you would point a gun to shoot somebody. He's not like he's not keeping it in his waist. He's swinging a gun around. Let's be honest. If either of us is in the street and we see somebody walking around pointing a gun, do you think we're going to call the cops? I'm probably going to call the cops because that's what I've been taught to do since my parents raised me.
Yeah, first I'm getting the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Oh, but think about this. Even if he didn't have that gun, but you saw him. Yeah. The black kid, let's say he's big for his age.
Yeah.
Just pacing back and forth in that area. I think
he's crazy and I wouldn't care.
He's up to no good.
Why? Because he's black? Because he's black.
No, because he's pacing.
Because he's black.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying because he's pacing back and forth. He's staying in one area.
But
That's
if it's
not normal.
if it's a white person standing here, this is the double standard that exists. If it's a white person pacing back and forth, we think they're crazy. If it's a black person, they're up to no good.
Listen, when I walk home from the office through Midtown,
was the kid wearing a hoodie?
I think so.
Oh, well, then he was definitely up to no good.
Look, let me finish. When I'm walking home down Broadway when there's no lights, white, black, Asian, Latino, anyone, man, woman, if they pass me, I'm checking my peripheral to see if they're turning around and about to jump me. Doesn't matter who it is.
I do it too.
But what I'm saying is when there's suspicious behavior, not suspicious color of skin, if you're standing there doing nothing, you're planning something.
You can't just be standing there waiting for somebody to show up, just biding your time. You're not allowed to stand still. I think it is. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that he was black.
To me, it doesn't.
Because there's an article here, I'm looking at it, and we were talking about this. The 27 things that every black person has to know before they're age 12.
Which I'm guessing one of them will be don't walk around with a fake gun.
That would be... Which number was that?
That
is actually on that list. Let's see. Let's just go through it and we'll eventually find it. Because this is a long... Like I said, there's 27 things on here.
I'm ready for all 27 of them.
Okay, number 1, be respectful to the police no matter what.
Yep.
Even, quote, even when they unfairly threaten or arrest you, ignore basic protocols and use excessive force.
Yep.
Rule number 2, sometimes that won't help.
Sometimes it won't, but you got to do it.
Number 3, sometimes it won't even save your life. Cops can just straight shoot you and kill you.
That can happen to anyone.
Especially if you're black.
Yeah. But you could also look at statistics. Who's committing more violent crimes?
Let me just ask you a question. Does stop and frisk apply to white people? Not really.
No, but you can look at the statistics. Who commits the most crimes in certain neighborhoods that
Latinos
stop and
frisk?
Blacks. Yeah. So are you going to waste your time frisking white people, or are you going to go for
people on Wall Street? You bet your ass I would. Those guys are robbing money from people left and right.
Yeah, but they're smart enough to have people hold their drugs.
That's true, and their money.
Mm-hmm.
They have all their money on credit.
Yeah.
So you know what you do? Stop and frisk them and take their credit cards.
Take their cards. Let's just get new ones.
Yeah, jerks.
There's no way to stop them.
Rule number 4. Do not wear hoodies, see? Don't wear a hoodie. If you do, cut the hoodie off. Or baggy pants, that's 5. Or any clothing that might be construed as thuggish.
Okay.
I know. What does that mean? Does that mean you can't wear like MC Hammer pants anymore?
That's definitely, that was never thuggish. I can assure you of that.
I don't know what's thuggish. Like, I guess okay, I guess I can understand that. And it's always a weird fashion trend. Black guys who wear their pants below their ass.
Okay.
You ever see that move? Where the guy's got the guy's got like that move where he's got his boxers up normally, but he's got his pants belted below his ass.
You asking me that question is like asking me if I've ever seen the sun. Yes, I've seen that.
That's thuggish looking?
It's not it doesn't leave you with a good impression. It means that there's something wrong with the way you think about how you should look.
Would it be fair to say that anyone that looks like they were in a Yin Yang Twins video?
Is that what it says in there?
Or I know it's just something that the first rap group band guys that I came to the top of my head.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen one in so long.
Does it look like Tyrese in Fast and the Furious 2? Wife beater and baggy pants. I don't know.
Dude, I
just throwing things out.
I love your idea of thuggish black people are Tyrese and then extras in Yin Yang Twins videos. That's great.
I like Tyrese.
Hey, he's cool.
He's awesome. Number 6, if possible, wear a suit at all times. Well, that's just good fashion tips.
That's not true. Godfrey, you know Godfrey, the
comedian Godfrey? Yeah. I like comedian Godfrey.
The comedian Godfrey?
That's what he calls himself, comedian Godfrey.
Is that? I didn't know.
Yeah, he calls himself comedian Godfrey.
I just know him as Godfrey.
Oh.
The guy from I love the 90s and 80s and stuff.
Yeah.
He has a joke that says, where he's talking about the automatic way for him to look non-threatening to everyone.
Yeah.
And it's a Starbucks cup. I think that works better than a suit.
You know what? That's good. Anybody who shops at Starbucks is not threatening. Because you know what? If you know how to say venti mocha latte, you're not causing trouble. You spent too much time learning how to order from Starbucks. There's just a little bit air of sophistication and douchiness to be up to no good. Number 7, know that even the most fancy suit... wait, let me read that again. Know that not even the fanciest suit will protect you from being pegged suspicious.
Well, if you wear a Steve Harvey suit, you'll be good to go.
I don't know. I heard a story about Michael Che. You know Michael Che, right?
Yeah.
From Saturday Night Live. He said that he walked into a government building and still got frisked by security, and he was decked to the nines, wearing a nice blue, like navy blue suit. So maybe that's not always true, unless it's because he's dark skinned. Steve Harvey is light skinned. Maybe that's the difference.
Well, now we could do the paper bag test on everyone. Yes.
Oh wait, here's the point. Point number 8: your blackness will always be the main thing that makes you a threat.
That is true.
And you know the varying degree of blackness. So that's why Steve Harvey gets away with it and Michael Che doesn't. That sucks because I think Michael Che is funnier.
Well, you also Rembert Brown had an article about black people on daytime television.
Yeah.
And it was Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer.
He's okay, so light skin, dark skin.
And Terry Crews.
Dark skin.
Also dark skin.
So 2 out of 3. So maybe my argument doesn't hold weight.
It's maybe not a perfect argument. I could see where you would think that, but I think if you're around long enough, you could build your image to whatever you want.
Yeah.
Terry Crews has always been a wacky dude.
He's very likable. He's like what Wayne Brady became. Like that Dave Chappelle joke. Wayne Brady makes Bryant Gumbel look like Malcolm X.
So you think Terry Crews
is like Wayne Brady?
I don't think
he's hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah, he is.
He's awesome.
So is Cedric.
He used to be. By the way, Terry Crews used to be Money T.
From
that Gladiators knockoff, Battle Dome.
Oh, Battle Dome.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
He was awesome as Money T.
Did not know that.
T Money, whatever his name was. I don't know. He was cool. He would always walk out with dollar bills and just throw money at people.
Well, that's great.
With lots of bitches. So
that reminds me of Bellator.
Yeah.
How they'll do like big entrances, whereas UFC, it's just here's the fighter. He's coming out now.
Here's your walk up theme. He's getting dressed. He's getting taped. Getting his gloves checked.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Bellator, it's
big theatrics.
Let's get some pyro. Let's get some chicks.
It's like big WCW production.
Yeah, that's exactly what
it is. It's just a lot of white sparklers. Rule number 9: long before you even hit puberty, you'll be regarded as a man, not a boy. Yeah, okay, whatever. Number 10: skip the toy aisle with guns at your local department store, lest you be mistaken for an armed gunman. I feel like that's a good principle for most kids. Skip the toy guns.
We, like I said, have a BB gun, air rifle. And I remember...
Hey, be careful. You can put your eye out with that.
Yeah.
I heard that rumor. I saw that in, what was it, A Christmas Story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My brother and I were like shooting stuff. We were standing in the garage, shooting into the garage, just like hitting targets.
Yeah.
And we were getting bored. So we go out into the yard, actually, and like hang something on the tree and start shooting it. And my dad comes out all freaked out. Like, you guys can't be doing that. And I realized, we're standing here with a freaking gun. From far away could look like anything.
Right.
Last thing we need is for the cops to roll up on us with guns drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is, but I know this is on there somewhere about don't be black and hold a gun.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Rule number 11. And this, I think, might be the most important lesson. Recognize that these lessons don't apply to your white friends.
Yeah, not in the same way.
Yeah.
A white guy holding a gun.
He gets the benefit of the doubt. He's like, sir, please know that we respect your Second Amendment, but please holster your weapon. Whereas, it's a black guy. He's dangerous. Shoot him. Or as Jimbo said in South Park, it's coming right for us.
I wish, and sorry for the pun, I wish this issue wasn't so black and white, because
right?
I'd love to say, no, you're wrong, but in the majority of the cases, I would agree, yeah.
I feel like these next 3 can all be lumped into one category, basically. Rule 12, don't listen to loud music in a car with friends. 13, don't cosplay. 14, don't hang out at pool parties. That's just wasting space. 12, 13, and 14 can be combined into one thing. Don't have fun.
The pool party thing I know is from Texas.
Yeah, the cop was beating up the
11-year-old
girl that was at the pool party. That was a little ridiculous.
He wasn't really really her up.
Like, where was her gun?
Yeah, she had no place to hide it.
Right.
Yeah, the other one, cosplay, I don't know what that's from. I assume something happened.
I guess they just don't like black people in costumes if you can't see their face.
Yeah, that
sucks.
That's kind of weird.
I feel like, okay, if you're a black kid cosplaying, you're probably the least threatening person there.
Yeah, that's probably true. But you know,
because you're really nerdy.
Yeah, but you're also crushing puss at Comic-Con.
That's probably true too.
One of the only black dudes.
Absolutely.
Some chick's like, hey, why not?
Right? No goes out the window.
But yeah, there's a video online of some dude like dressed in gloves and a hoodie and an Iron Man mask.
That's cool.
And he's like running up and scaring people, and he scares this white lady.
Oh boy.
And she's like, oh, haha, it's just Iron Man. And he pulls off his mask, and he's black, and she jumps a second time. So I don't know.
That's just a really good prank, though.
I don't know if that was real or fake, but that reminded me of that.
15, tread carefully. There's a chance you could be shot dead by the police before you're even arrested for anything.
Okay, well, we heard that one.
Yeah, that's basically rehashing an old one. Now this is just getting kind of redundant. 16, you'll be blamed for your own death thanks to any past behavior that paints you in a less than stellar light.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like that goes for everybody, though. I mean, if anybody's ever done anything wrong, people are always going to be like, well, he had it coming.
Well, first of all, cops have PR as well.
They do.
They need to save face.
Yep.
And that's not a knock against them because every public organization or figure needs to save face in that situation. The other thing is, as soon as something turns political, that's when smear campaigns happen.
Yeah, and right now things are very political with police departments because they, in a lot of ways, they can do no right.
Right, like Eric Garner, the dude who got choked out, which
for a cigarette.
Well,
you know what it was? I think that cop was just mad. He probably asked for a Lucy. The guy wouldn't give it to him. You know, cops like freebies.
No, I don't even. They had a warrant, and then he wouldn't cooperate.
Is that what happened?
Something like that. But I wish I could be more concrete on that. But
still to get choked out.
He's like known in the neighborhood by the cops as someone who is getting arrested here and there for minor crimes. But then when you're trying to book him and he's refusing,
he was a very large man, by the way.
He's a 400-pound dude. And he can move those guys around. So when dudes jump on his back, cops jump on his back, and one guy is choking him. I didn't see that as the worst offense by a cop in the world. I was on the cop side for that one.
Okay.
Much like Tamir Rice. How do you assess that? The kid's walking around with a gun.
Yeah. That's a pretty realistic looking gun.
Yeah. And dude, they could have had a sniper just take him out. They could have.
Well, they could have just shot the gun out of his hand. If you're a sniper, you're pretty precise.
Oh, a sniper. I thought you meant the cop.
No. Usually, we brought up a sniper.
Yeah, well,
but that takes time to get him there. Those cops were hauling ass into that park.
Yeah.
They weren't exactly lining up a shot.
But as soon as something gets political, that's when everything comes out. Eric Garner was, some sort of petty criminal. I don't know what they said about Tamir Rice, but Michael Brown in Ferguson had all this like weird stuff come out about him, where one side saying, oh, he was robbing the store that he was just in, but the other side is saying he was graduating with honors and stuff like that. And it's all just a pissing match at that point, and it turns someone's...
It's a smear campaign from both sides.
Right. It turns
here's this wonderful kid that's getting good grades, and the other side is, well, he's walking around being a bully and intimidating the young Korean grocer. And
Right. So it turns someone's life into... just boils it down to hearsay.
Yeah.
Like what's really out there? What's
character assassination?
Yeah. What could we really believe? I don't know. But all we know is the facts that these people are dead now.
Yeah.
Because of the cops. But you know what? Some of them put themselves in that situation.
Yeah.
Michael Brown, I don't know about because there's not enough concrete evidence from when I was following it. Tamir Rice, we watched the video just before. Kid was walking around with a gun.
Yep.
He was asking for it.
Yep.
Eric Garner wasn't cooperating, and he was 400 pounds and probably on the brink of death. He was asking for it.
Probably would have been better, though, to just, have all the cops gang up around him, spin him around, press him up against the glass, and handcuff him. But that's hindsight.
Wasn't going to happen.
But anyway, number 17 pretty much goes to your point, so... anything like bad grades, experimenting with pot, taking a grainy webcam pic, holding up your middle finger. That's just douchebag behavior.
Trayvon Martin.
He had the middle finger thing?
He had some pics, like, there was one where he was smoking or something, one where he was, like, middle finger.
Yeah, but white people do that, too.
Everyone does that.
Douchebags do that.
Dude, yeah, he was probably a douchebag.
Like, if you're really obsessed with taking a middle finger selfie, you're a loser.
Yeah, he was also, like, 15, so...
15-year-olds are losers.
And once again, kids are assholes.
Yep. That's pretty much a life motto. In the 19, in the event that you are needlessly shot and killed, do not expect justice for your death. Well, that recent history has kind of proven that one out. Number 20.
Yeah.
It does not matter if your death is caught on camera, replayed over and over on the 24-hour news cycle to morbid fascination and horror of the country. I guess so. Number 21, it does not matter if your name becomes a trending hashtag on Twitter.
That's true.
Yeah, well, Twitter sucks for that. Like, I don't get social justice warriors. Throw yourself off a bridge.
Yeah, Twitter activism is
pussy behavior.
Bullshit.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
22. It does not matter if people march the streets of your city or countless U.S. cities in your name. See, that's more productive behavior. Like that's actual, like, behave. Like, you should be like that. That's demonstrating.
Yeah, you want one of the coolest things from this year with all the marches and stuff. This is kind of unrelated, but there's a song by Kendrick Lamar called "All Right," and the chorus goes, "We gonna be all right," and people started chanting that in the streets, and I think that's positive. That shows that at least there's one voice in the mainstream culture that's moving the needle a little bit. But for everybody who's out there in the street saying this and trying to help the situation, there's going to be people online saying this and that, trying, throwing out the hashtag. It means nothing. No. It makes it look petty. There's going to be people who oppose this.
Yeah.
Who are
getting out and having your picket signs and demonstrating, that's more productive behavior. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still pretty stupid because more often than not, it doesn't really accomplish anything. But I still have more respect for it because at least you got off your fat ass. You weren't sitting on your couch behind your laptop pretending that you were doing something because you wrote a hashtag.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares what your name is. Like, lots of love for the world at Twitter. Whatever your face is. 23. It does not matter if your parents tearfully stand at press conference podiums and plead for your killer to be held accountable for your death. No, it never really does.
I feel this list is starting to get very, not redundant, but very, like,
specific?
Victim-y?
Yeah.
Like, I get, everyone's a victim.
Kind of going off the rails at the end of this?
Yeah. 27 was a bit too much.
I didn't get to 27 yet.
No, I know.
But like you mean in terms of, because it starts to get stupid here. Like 24, more often than not, your killer will not be indicted. They'll go free. Duh, that's why we're even talking about this. 25, across social media, people will post messages of disgust and sadness, but no one will be surprised. That's going back to stupid Twitter at 21.
Yeah.
Moron.
Like I said.
26, this is not okay. Duh, that's why you wrote the story. 27, but we do. Clearly you don't because you just wrote a stupid article about it and you didn't do anything about it and you're not getting involved with the political process, which would get the people you want out.
What website wrote that?
HuffPo.
Yeah, it sounds like them.
Yeah.
It was either that or BuzzFeed.
Pretty much.
But that's not really BuzzFeed's game.
No, they're more about what kind of dog are you?
What kind of dog are you?
This is a good way to end the show. I would put myself as a... I'm definitely of the working breed.
You're a working girl.
I'm a working girl. I work hard for the money. Can we get that? I do work hard for the money.
What song is that?
You don't know that song? She works hard for the money.
I work hard. Who's that by?
I don't even remember. It just came to my mind. What kind of dog would I be?
You love dogs.
I love dogs. As soon as I get like a real job, I'm gonna get a dog. I'm gonna rescue a dog.
You're a dog guy.
I'm probably between a German Shepherd or.
You could be a mix.
No, I don't want to be a mix, but just in that same kind of vein, like a German Shepherd or a Labrador Retriever.
Okay.
What kind of dog would you be?
See, I don't know dogs that much.
Are you a dog person?
No, not at all.
You don't like dogs?
I just don't.
You're ambivalent towards dogs.
I don't like. I didn't grow up with animals. I don't really like them.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of dog would I be?
Yeah.
Maybe like a race dog, thoroughbred,
like a greyhound or
something like that. Something that really shows off my athletic prowess. Something that I could be proud of. I'm not one of those dogs that sits in the front window of the house taking up all the sun.
Yeah, being a lazy, shiftless dog. You're working.
I'm out in the streets training. I'm out in the gym lifting, getting ready for my race, and I'm gonna go win that race.
Okay.
I'm a greyhound.
You're a greyhound.
Send the rabbit around the track. I'll chase the hell out of it. And we'll get that money, baby.
That's how we're gonna wrap up the show.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh man.
Suck it.
Oh, I thought that's what we were doing?
Yeah, you blew it.